We are live 364 days a year. What are we doing here?
If Dom turns at SummerSlam, I'm shaving my moustache off. I told you, if that happens, it's going. My lip is cold because of a stupid bet that I made on YouTube.
Oh, good.
Wrestle's better than Daniel Bryan. Bryan Daniels better than Okada.
How do you not get sushi after Monday Night Raw?
What is going on, everybody? We are back once again with another edition of Wrestling Republic's daily broadcast. I'm Clark Taylor. I'll be your host today. It's Tuesday, June 24th. Believe it or not, what in the world happened to 2025 already? Either way, I'm stoked. Happy Tuesday. We're going to break down last night's Monday Night Raw as well as many other happenings in professional wrestling. I've got two of my most esteemed colleagues hanging out with me on this fine Tuesday. Let me introduce them to you real quick. First and foremost, I'm going to toss this one across the pond. In some circles, this guy is known as Mickey's best pal. I'm not talking about James. I'm talking about the mouse. In this circle, we know him as Jordy in the bank. Welcome back. What's going on, Jordy?
I'm good, man. I'm good. To be fair, I never really thought about it. Maybe I should just be Mickey's best pal for both, and then if anyone asks, I could be Mickey James or Mickey Mouse or any other Mickeys for that matter. But no, yeah, I had a week off last week. I wasn't very well, but I am back. It was a great episode of Raw. I really enjoyed it. And yeah, I'm excited to talk about it. I'm excited to be back on the daily.
I'm not going to lie. There's not that many Mickeys. Like the only other one I could think of is like Rourke and then Mickey Ward, the boxer, I guess. They made a movie about him with Wahlberg.
Mickey James.
I know, that's the one I went with, though.
We've got with Mouse and James, we all.
Well, he almost spoiled who the other guy is. We're going to bring it back here to the continental United States, send it across the country, though. My favorite university, Anthony, what's going on, bro? Happy Tuesday.
It is ghetto in the United States right now. It's hot. But so was Monday Night Raw. We're going to have a great show today. I can't wait to hang out with Jordy and Clark, and let's do this, man.
Absolutely. Oh, Markowitz dropping the hammer early. Mickey Mantle. That's well played. Arguably the greatest Mickey of all time. Merry Tuesday, everyone, from my good friend All Stars. And then Roundhead, good evening. Absolutely. What's going on? Let's get into today's show. I mean, Monday Night Raw last night was nothing short of delightful, at least in my eyes. I didn't have any problems. And one thing I definitely did not have a problem with, as much as I like Roxanne Perez, it's Jade Cargill time, my friends. Ooh, Jade, Queen of the Ring. She'd look good with a crown on. That's all I'm saying.
Yes.
Jordy, I'm going to go to you first, though. What were your thoughts on the semifinal match? And then, of course, the prospect of Jade Cargill potentially being our next Queen of the Ring.
Yeah, it's a tricky one, isn't it? When you're in situations like this, because absolutely I'm chuffed for Jade Cargill, but I looked at the match and you've got Roxanne there, you've got Jade there, two women who I think have very bright futures within pro wrestling, WWE in general, and I kind of wanted to see them both in the final. Do you know what I mean? So it was a bit of a double-edged sword. Whoever won it, I was going to be feeling this way. I'm absolutely happy for Jade, but I am a Roxanne guy, so I'm a bit gutted that she didn't win. But the match was good. They put on a good display. I think Roxanne in particular, I think she's not, in my eyes, not really put much of a foot wrong since she stepped up to the main roster. She wasn't really putting much of a foot wrong before that. Yeah, she just stands out for me anytime she's kind of in the ring, in a match. Anytime they give her the time, she seems to make the most of it. But that's not to take away from Jade. You're absolutely right. It is probably Jade Cargill time. We're going to see her head towards that title, I think, one of them. And the fact that Naomi's got the briefcase and we never really got that huge payoff match with them two, I think that's what we're probably going to head for down the line, right? So, yeah, I'm excited for Jade. And it was a good match.
I am too. And it's funny because Shad obviously woke up and ate the wrong bowl of Cheerios this morning. He said the match was sloppy. Either that
or I was tired watching it, which it could be both.
Probably a combination of the two. I was pretty exhausted by the time I caught that match. But either way, he also said Asuka needs to win it all. The Empress versus the Genius at SummerSlam was a money match. Sure. I think Jade versus the Genius of the Sky is a money match too. Also, Jade is a heavy with Roxanne, the youth. This is a rivalry, I think, potentially for years to come. Same with Io. That's where I think Jade fits the victory as well. Don't get me wrong. I love every name that's been named thus far, Roxanne, Io, Asuka, but Jade Cargill, it's kind of her time, I feel like, in Queen of the Ring. Let's strike now. I don't know. Aunt, you got to get your opinion on it, though. Obviously, the match from last night, Queen of the Ring tournament, even as a whole. Talk to me about it, my friend.
Okay, so I hate to admit it, but I don't like agreeing with Philadelphia Eagle fans ever, but I gotta agree with Shotty on that a little bit. I feel like Roxanne was told to make Jade Cargill look super strong. And there were a couple times in the match to where it seemed a little over the top. Like Jade Cargill doing the push-ups and licking her face, and just it was a little too much for me. I enjoyed the outcome. I think Asuka versus Jade Cargill. I mean, I called that for the finals. But in terms of that match last night, there was just there was a big boot that Jade went to hit. That clearly she was a foot and a half away from Roxanne, and Roxanne took the bump. So the match in a whole was not very good. The women's tournament has been way better than the men's. I'll say that wholeheartedly. And Asuka coming back, being in the finals, I think Asuka versus Io is the true moneymaker. I think you can schedule something with Jade and Tiffany, and you're gonna have Naomi cash in there. So that story is good, but I think this Asuka versus Io. Also, there was a backstage segment last night. For us who don't have to watch the commercials, it was Io and Asuka, and you had, Io was like, hey, it's like we always wanted Asuka versus Io at SummerSlam. You can make this happen. And Asuka was like, just remember, we're not in Damage Control anymore. So, not to say it's a spoiler, but it sounded awful spoilers to me. But I'm excited for either one, whether you get Tiffany versus Jade or Asuka versus Io. Both of them are gonna cook. You might get both of them. Who knows? But yeah, it's gonna be good either way.
No doubt about it. And I hear where you're coming from. Don't get me wrong. And of course, we've got Shotty's in the comments here, and he said DMV keep it 100. Absolutely. And he said the closing transition looked real sloppy. I agree with that.
Yeah,
the
finish
is
finish
true.
was sloppy. Yeah.
The finish, especially, yes.
Yeah, I agree. They looked like they were going for a double power bomb, and then Roxanne went to kind of clutch up for it, and then Jade just decided that she didn't want to do it.
Right.
Yeah.
That was a bit weird. I do agree there.
We've got a few more comments, actually, I want to run through really quick, too. We've got a couple really interesting one here from David Hall. He says, we all know people who win the ring, or the king and queen of the ring, turn heel, so it would have to be Jade Cargill. I doubt they're going to turn Asuka heel. Plus, with Cody and Orton, they both have heel potential. I think that's kind of fair in some ways. It's not a bad shout.
If you watch that backstage interaction, it sounds like we're getting a little heelish Asuka, which I'm happy for. I miss the Empress, the butt kicker. I want that Asuka back. So
crossface chicken wings, all for everybody. For everybody. Keep passing them out. I'm with you there. By the way, this is hilarious, Shotty. Oh, don't agree now. Shotty, I'll see you tonight. Come on, man. I'll see you on off the air. Relax. The first 9 minutes of the show. We've also got.
I said I was tired.
Yeah,
right.
We've got Happy Tuesday, WR crew from Fernando Zayas, no doubt about it. And then from our good friend All Stars here, we've got. I think the Jade Cargill experiment is coming to an end. She's not really improved in ring or on the mic, and I bet she makes the jump to Hollywood within the year. I agree with the last sentence as a possibility because Jade Cargill looks like she's carved out of stone. Like she's a.
It literally looks like Storm
in a video game. Like she's a creative character. It's not even.
Her gimmick in WWE is that she's Storm from X-Men.
Essentially, yeah, she's just Storm, right? They don't have the rest of the X-Men, but they got one. Yeah, they got Storm. It's exactly what happened. Shotty with Jade is good. I love that. DCX Warlords in here with What's Up and Jade wins. Love that. Heel Asuka is better than babyface Asuka for Fernando Zayas. Hard to argue with that one. Hard to argue with that one. Someone's saying that our mics are muted on Instagram. I don't think it is. That might be a you thing, my friend. But maybe hit the volume button.
They won't be heroes anyway, so who knows? Who knows?
Yeah, I don't even know. His name is Hot Mess, but it's spelled
Chelsea Green.
HAUTE. Hot Mess Hall. And there's a really good chef hat in the picture. That's cool. So he's got that going for him.
My friend.
Could be a chef.
Could be.
As far as I know. I'm just saying. But let's move on to our next segment because this one's interesting to me. We're talking about oracles here, and not the old arena in Oakland. Not the oracle I like to talk about. Because that was a really cool arena. If you're a basketball fan, they did a great job with that. Moving across the bay. Woof. Why did we do this? Let Oakland have basketball back. That's all I'm saying. Paul Heyman calling shots as always. Yesterday we had a long discussion, Jordy. I don't know if you caught Mailbag Monday, but we had a long discussion about Seth Rollins, whether he needs Heyman or not. And what I said, I'll give you the spark notes. What I said was essentially, I don't think any of the Heyman guys, finger quotes, I'm definitely air quoting on that, but any of the Heyman guys ever truly needed Heyman. But did he make them better? Yes, absolutely. I think he continues to do that here because it's not just about Seth Rollins. It's about Braun Breaker. It's about Bronson Reed. It's about the group as a whole. I want to get your thoughts on it, though, and everything we saw last night, Jordy, and then we'll all talk about it, of course.
I like the name The Oracle. That's good. I like that. I think what they're missing right now, this faction of Seth, this is exactly it. I don't know what to call them, right? None of us know what to call them. I don't know how long we can kind of Evolution was quite clearly Evolution, and we called them Evolution from quite early on. And I think these guys just need a name now, and that's why I do like what we got out of the promo, even if it was just a little something of Paul being called the Oracle rather than the Wise Man. I did kind of like that. Shad, in the comments, you're not right. It was generic. I wouldn't say it was boring. It felt filler, but there was some good points raised. It was one of them where these were like saying that CM Punk's back because of him and stuff like that. They're great lines, but they almost felt wasted to be used when CM Punk wasn't in the ring there to be able to rebuttal it and say something back, because it was like one of them lines that went on the build up with Cena and Cody when they were literally swaying the crowd because of the kind of things they were saying to each other were that good, and the crowd were enjoying it. They were good lines, but they weren't there to kind of say anything back, and that it just kind of felt a little bit filler. I don't know. The main thing I like about what's going on right now is that LA Knight's involved, and I'm a big LA Knight guy. So yeah. So I'm absolutely thrilled that he's involved with whatever's going on, including obviously Bronson. They'll probably go a little bit further because this group will escalate. But I think it was just very much to fill a little bit of time to get them on the board. I don't think we achieved that much aside from Paul being called the Oracle, which, let's be honest, that could have been achieved. We could have done like a video package for that probably, but it was what it was. Didn't hate it, didn't love it. I wouldn't say it was boring. It was a filler, but it was a good filler, right? As far as fillers go,
feels a touch like a reach. Is what I would say there when it comes to that. Now, we've got a lot of comments here, and one of them, I love this because we've got it on multiple platforms, just asking me to acknowledge Aunt You with the same guy let me get the username. It's right here. It's like Biggs ZBT. He said, acknowledge Aunt You. You missed the intro, dude. I gave him one of the best ones. But I do love the comments on multi-platforms. Now, there's a couple other I want to address before I toss this over to you, Aunt You. Speaking of, obviously we saw the boring generic promo. This one is interesting to me. Roundhead said Lesnar needed Heyman. You may have missed it yesterday, but we did discuss this. Did Lesnar not have his greatest success after Heyman turned on him and went with the Big Show? Am I wrong?
That was after Paul Heyman taught him everything he needed. He was terrible,
right?
Mike, when he first
But
came.
did he not have his biggest success without Heyman? So needed him. There's an argument to be made there too, but absolutely needed him. I don't know. I don't know that he did. I would argue that his most successful run came after the split.
So did CM Punk.
Then they got back together after, he took his ball and went to the NFL and the UFC. He actually won the fights, unlike the guy you mentioned. I'm just saying, right, Ant? Yeah, no, he actually got some W's there, won a title. But anyway, back to the Oracle conversation here. Last night's promo. Obviously, we've seen a little bit in the comments, kind of some divisiveness here when it comes to the entire Seth Rollins aspect of this, the Oracle, Paul Heyman, Wise Man, Oracle. I don't care what you call him. The guy's entertaining. At the end of the day, Paul Heyman, to me, is approaching modern day Bobby Heenan territory.
Ooh.
And late career.
That's a big call.
Late career. That's stunning. I think the one thing Heenan has on him is on commentary. Heyman could never touch Heenan. There's no doubt about that. But I do see quite a bit of it when it comes to the comparison as far as, the Heenan family and whatnot and all of that. And I want to get your thoughts on it, though. The group, all of the above.
Before I get into that, if Paul Heyman could say what Bobby Heenan used to be able to say back in the day, I think you'd be a little bit more. I think you'd see them a little bit closer than what you do. But getting to the Oracle thing, I don't like the direction they're going with this team. Seth Rollins definitely does not need Paul Heyman. I thought the promo last night was bad. It's just them trying to. It seems like they're just trying to make the crowd stop cheering for Seth Rollins, and it's not going to happen. Paul Heyman should just stop working with Seth and stop being around him, and Paul needs to just take Braun and Bronson under his wing and get them where they need to be. I feel like Seth could come out on his own and do better than what they did last night.
Whoa. Look at you, king of controversy on a Tuesday, Ant. Jeez Louise.
It's hot.
I haven't even had lunch yet.
I'm not feeling good. Nah, it is what it is, man. Seth, I feel like it's hurting Seth having Paul with him so much.
But here's my thing. Because I keep saying, we talked about this yesterday. Everyone knows now. Okay. But still, the thing for me is we all complained. We're like, they cheer for Seth. You got to do something to try to stop them. They've done, I think, everything in their power to try to stop the cheering, except stop playing that damn song.
I think
stop playing that song.
I thought the Money in the Bank briefcase would be enough to stop people cheering because it was a bit broadcasted, wasn't it? It was a bit obvious and it was a bit I don't know. I thought that was kind of going to sway people a little bit, but
100%.
Not the case.
It
is the song. It is the song, and it's for the people. It's the people that obviously don't get to go to events all the time, right? It's like you go to an event. One of the things you're excited to say "Whoa" for Cody. You're excited to throw the ones up if Roman's there. You're excited to sing "Cult of Personality." You're excited to war with Seth as well. And you know what I mean. These are the things. So unless they stop providing that opportunity for the fans, they will do it. And you know what? They might even do it without it. It's not a hard song to sing as a crowd without the music, is it?
It's so true.
Exactly.
I would be fascinated, by the way, Jordy, if they ditch the song and whenever the new one ends and Seth's in the ring, a crowd starts singing it. I think it's a possibility. There's a moment. The begging for it back, I don't think is the worst part, though. I really don't. Because we also just had this discussion about Seth breaking off from the group. That's a logical way. If we get to that moment.
It starts blurring the lines into what Cena's doing, though, right?
That's
Weird
the
that I
problem.
said that just as David, but it starts blurring the line because he said, "No, you're not getting a new theme song. You're not getting this. Why do you think you're getting new merch? You're not, because like this is the whole point. I'm not serving you lot anymore. I'm doing what I want to do." And
Right.
like it's kind of leaning into that a little bit. I think it's kind of blurring them lines.
This,
That muddy and
honestly,
like, well, they should just form a team then and ruin wrestling together. Like,
of all people, Jordy, sincerely, like we could open this can of worms and it might take up the entire rest of the show, because this goes all the way back to when Rock 1-2-3'd us. Seth should have just been the third man. They are tied together. I think they were supposed to at one point be tied together.
Yeah.
don't get me started on Dwayne.
Right? 1, 2, 3. Who's the right? Like Cena, Rock, Seth, Heyman? Huh?
That's in the
That
bin.
could have worked.
That idea's in the bin, I think.
Oh, it is now. Yeah, I mean that was what it wasn't the next.
I'm
the
still
Netflix show
convinced
in
Travis Scott was
January and then-
supposed to be Cody, not Cody's partner.
Oh no, I'm telling you, he's coming back in Saudi Arabia. He's going to cost CM Punk. I'm calling it.
Oh,
You heard it here
please,
first. All right.
He's just gonna rock up and cost people things and never follow up on it.
Exactly.
Right.
All right, let's take a quick, brief 1-minute break for me to ask you to do a bunch of stuff. Do me a huge favor. Go ahead and subscribe to our second channel, Wrestling Republic Undercard, for exclusive videos, clips, and more. First and foremost, you're going to see sold separately over there. So if you're a collector of any kind when it comes to wrestling memorabilia, merchandise, action figures, check that show out. It's delightful. Me and Anthony. That's the other Anthony, not the one that's on the show today. But you'll also see clips of him on the same channel and clips of all of us, even Jordy in the Bank. Everybody, check it out. If you like our main channel, you're going to like Undercard. I assure you. Shorter form videos. It's very fun. Also, though, I'm going to ask you to do one more favor for me. Follow the Allison Analysis channel. Subscribe to it on YouTube. You're going to see Ben's 5 key findings from both Raw and SmackDown. That means every Tuesday. Shoot, that's today. And every Saturday morning, you're going to be able to hear Ben Allison, the boss man's key findings. And I don't know if you noticed, but he did actually misspell daily on the title today. He put a U for Aunt U. It's his birthday week. Either way, we've got Itsy also. One more favor, my friends. Download the Itsy app on the App Store or the Google Play Store. Head over to the upcoming stream section. You're going to see me, Aunt U, We the Ones, takes, the world famous takes. You might even catch Ben Allison on a nice day. Here's the best part. If you want to argue with me because you hate my stupid face and you don't like Cody Rhodes, or you like Cody Rhodes more than I don't like Cody Rhodes, and you want to argue about it, all you got to have is a microphone. You don't even need the camera. You can do both. You can come on, jump on during the stream, argue. We'll have a nice little chat. It's fun as could be. But what is even more fun is we're going to get into our third segment of this afternoon. Well, at least it's afternoon for me. It's 12:24 p.m. here on the West Coast. But Lyra Valkyria. Woo! The Wings. The Queen of the Wings. Not the Queen of the Ring. The Queen of the Wings. No doubt about it. Ruins Becky Lynch versus Bayley. We don't get to 4 horsewomen in a match that often on a regular old Monday Night Raw. And you. I'm going directly to you, my friend. Talk to me about this one.
So, and arguably the best match of the night until Lyra ruined it. I thought Becky and Bayley came out and really did a good job of telling that story, getting that angst. Bayley wearing her WrestleMania gear that she was going to wear before Becky attacked her. Everything that was going on from getting ready to hit the big Macho Man elbow to them two fighting outside of the ring. There was almost being a count out. I loved every single second of that match. It may have been nostalgia. It may have been just watching Becky get beat up. But either way, I love Lyra Valkyria, right? I drafted her on the best 205 cruiserweight team ever, ain't used team. I drafted Lyra. I love everything she does, and her screwing Bailey over is going to be a great storyline down the road. Watching those two and Becky in this storyline might make us forget about Bianca and Jade and Naomi. I'm gonna put it out there. I'm gonna put it out there. That's the way I feel right now.
Ooh.
I think those three are going to put on a grand show every time they're in the ring.
Okay, you mentioned a little buzzword for me there, Ant. And you said damage control. And if anyone knows me, they know that just sets me off. It just bothers me.
It's your favorite faction.
They have controlled no damage. It never happened. It didn't even explain why they're friends.
Nope.
I want to know how they met. We just assumed. Like we had to fill in the dots ourselves. I hated connect the dots in school. That was busy work. Don't make me do that. Tell me why you're buddies. The real damage control is the damage we have to control to Bailey, who is arguably the best of the four horsewomen as far as being a Swiss Army knife.
Yeah.
I'm not saying she's the best of the four. She's the most versatile in my eyes. Bailey Doe Straps and the Hugger both exist in the lexicon of wrestling history.
Mm-hmm.
She has as much range as anybody that steps between the ropes. If there's any damage that we need to control, it's the damage to Bailey Doe Straps. Ding dong, hello. She's as good as anybody in the business.
Do you not smile every time she calls Michael Cole an idiot? It fills my
kills
heart.
me. It's my favorite thing in the world. She actually literally convinced me he is an idiot. I know it to be true. Like,
He wouldn't lie to us, would she?
no, not Bailey. You kidding me?
Ding dong.
I've made enough Bay Area references, but speaking of Oracle Arena, like Bailey's that good. And I just, you know what? Crystal Claire, by the way, right here, backing me up on this. I am saying Bailey is the best of the four horsewomen. No doubt. I don't think that is too big of a reach. I think all four are incredible. Don't get me wrong. That's an entirely different. We have to do a whole show on that, right? Please do not open that can of worms right now. But I do appreciate the comment. Jordy, I do want to get your thoughts on it, though, when it comes to Bailey, Becky, Lyra, all of this, all of the above, none of the below.
Yeah, I mean, sorry, my head's reeling now. All I can think about is which of the four horsewomen is the best. No, I very much agree with everyone. You know, great match. It was one of them moments as well where like it's just random Monday night, just getting Becky versus Bailey. Do you know what I mean? It's like we'll look back at that in probably 5 years' time and be like, well, we were in a good position at that point in WWE to be able to just put two of the four horsewomen on the mid card of a Monday Night Raw for a title as well. Like it is just crazy. That's something that can main event any PLE in my eyes. They've got the talent to do it. But yeah, it's part of me. So I'm in two minds. Obviously, like, I'm annoyed it finished in a DQ, but obviously that is kind of the point. I think that they're trying to do. I just don't necessarily like it. I feel like we see a lot of it in this era of Triple H. But it is what it is. It kind of introduces a new dynamic, I guess, a little bit in a way to be like, oh, now I'm not 100% in Lyra's court. Like she's annoyed me a little bit by doing that. So maybe if you were Team Lyra before, you're not so sure anymore. So, do you know what I mean? So I get why you do it, but I just feel like it's a bit
okay. That is one of the smartest points. You say a lot of smart things, but I was at Money in the Bank, dude. My first words out of my mouth were, "That was a heel move." Like I get the raising the hand thing was mortifying. Mm-hmm. And like in a way disrespectful, but she did just lose and then bitterly slammed her. Like, it's like you can't, two things can be true at once, right? Like,
yeah.
Sure, but like at the end of the day, it wasn't the most babyface Lyra Valkyria you've ever seen. And Jordy, that is kind of tantalizing to me.
It's not. Yeah, it's not a babyface thing to do at all. The babyface thing to do is raise the hand 4 times everywhere. Go and sit down on the ramp and look sad. Get a film shot of you ready for your redemption arc.
Yeah,
happens 6 months down the line. That's how the babyface does it, right?
Yeah, a little bit more feel sorry for yourself, I would say.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
For lack
everyone
of a
else
better
feels
way to
sorry
do
for
it.
you as well. You're disappointed in yourself. All that.
So
I thought. Oh, sorry. I thought
No.
they should have. I thought Becky should have like beat her up more in the ring. That's
That
the
would've been
babyface arc. You've raised my hand after the 4th time you raised my hand. I clothesline you. I just beat you up and I leave you laid in the ring. That's what should happen.
Yeah, true.
It's fair. We got our good friend here, All Stars. He disagrees. He likes seeing a face with a little grit. Okay, listen.
Oh, I do too, yeah.
The tweener thing, I'm all with. Stone Cold Steve Austin, I think, is the greatest babyface of all time. Arguably, nothing he did was babyface-like, right? Like, you're not a babyface if you go to work and start stunning your boss, unless it's in the WWE. Like, that's just the reality there. So I do hear where that's coming from 100%. It's not a perfect system anymore. It hasn't been for quite some time. I will admit, just while, this, I'll make it the Clark venting for a second segment. I, for some reason, maybe I'm sick in the head. I've rooted for heels since I was like 10. Like, I've always liked the bad guys. They're more fun to me. A little bit of edge. I dig it. And that was pun intended. Rated R superstar for life. But let's get on to our last segment of the evening here. And I know, maybe having some... Oh, you good? Technical difficulties or no? He's back. Either way.
We're good.
Let's talk about Cody Rhodes, which I hate doing. Thanks a lot, Ben. But yeah, he's in the finals. We all saw it coming. I haven't ever received the telegraph in my life, but I've watched enough Western movies. I know what it is. And this was telegraphed in every way you can telegraph something. All of it. Stop. Cody Rhodes wins. That's basically what just happened. Unless you can explain to me, Jordy, why we haven't figured out how to put Cody Rhodes in another climb a mountain situation where it feels like he actually has to do it. Is there a reason he has not turned heel yet? Speaking of heels and baby faces, I'm going to lead with that. And also talk to me about last night's match, if you'd like.
Is there a reason that he's not turned heel yet? Funny, because I actually read something not long ago where he's kind of teased it in an interview, and that maybe in a few years, or maybe he's closer than we think to doing it. I don't know, to be honest. I think an honest reason why he's not turned heel yet, if he did have it in mind, it's because Cena did. They can't both do it. I don't know why they can't make us kind of feel. I think the thing is, we know that SummerSlam is around the corner. It's going to be a big SummerSlam. So I think that's what's telegraphed, right? It's that match. It's John Cena versus Cody Rhodes rematch at SummerSlam. That's what seems telegraphed. So it's not just Cody beating Jay. It's Cody winning King of the Ring, which then it's just, that's a different problem in my head. It's a problem that we fell into. Not this year, last year with Elimination Chamber, when we pretty much started promoting matches before the Chamber had happened. Do you know what I mean? So it's something that I see more and more of, and it does annoy me. I was going to say when this section, and I saw it there, was brought up, like, I hope that I'm sitting here next week and I'm saying that I was wrong, and I'm so happy I was wrong. Cody didn't win. We've got someone else. We're going down a different story. But I really just don't think that's going to happen. I really do just think Cody's going to go all the way and become King of the Ring. So
I think so too. And it goes back to kind of what I originally said. So we're both in agreement there. This is an interesting one. I do want to address this really quick. Roundhead, great friend of the show. Monster shout out. Thank you for always tuning in. But he said, why do you hate Cody so much? That goes back into the early days of the Daily. I made fun of his tie clips one time, and the whole internet decided that I hated him and was a hater. So I said, watch this. Now I do.
I don't hate
totally
it, for the record.
I really don't. I'm actually like I respect Cody so much. I think he's immensely talented.
Unless he's
He
feuding
bugs
with
me.
Cena. If he's feuding
He
with
bugs
Cena,
me.
then I don't like him. But
I said if it was babyface versus babyface, I was going to the event. I was going to wear a blindfold and live stream it. If Cena doesn't turn heel, I would have been blindfolded for the main event of WrestleMania 41. I'm just telling you.
the thing is, Cody is great. Cody is a phenomenal wrestler.
Oh, yeah.
We're never gonna get to that bit, I don't think, again, where we're saying he needs to finish the story. That was lightning in a bottle stuff. You can't recapture that. To retell a different story to get this chase back to the title. This one is always going to be the hardest for Cody in my head. The one after finishing the story,
The
because
second one being more difficult, that is actually a very good.
How do you follow it? Then he'll have another one down the line, and then he'll probably somewhere in a few years he'll have another amazing title run, and there'll be another amazing story that's got itself told. I don't know.
We've got a couple comments here that I want to address that are great. We've got the Atomic Merc monster shout out. I need Homelander Cody now, no doubt. And then hey y'all, sorry I'm late. Apology accepted. No worries. Thank you for tuning in. We love it. DCX Warlord Bros milking it. I love that. Yes. You know what? Sometimes you just gotta admit you're doing stuff like that. Aunt you though. We got another comment over on Instagram from Biggs ZBT. Wait till Aunt you talks about Cody. I know. You and I have had some discussions here. Go to work, my friend.
And the biggest who cares match of 2025 last night, the main event of Monday Night Raw, are the two most annoying people in the world. Jay can't win a main event, Uso, and Cody. I wish Cody. He's his father's biggest disappointment. Rhodes. Did you see Cody at Fanatics Fest shooting the basketball, doing the 3-point shot? That was the worst thing I ever saw.
Dude, that's not a jump shot. What was that?
Swing. You talked about his golf swing. Wait till you see his basketball form. Worst thing ever. The American Dream. The American Dream could ball. There's video of it. But getting back to the match last night, I feel like Cody is the worst thing to happen to Monday Night Raw and Friday Night SmackDown since People Power. I would rather watch a triple threat match between James Ellsworth, Spike Dudley, and Darby Allin for 60 minutes than listen to Cody Rhodes talk it all. It is the worst thing on TV. And watching him beat Jey Uso, every time Jey Uso loses, like my heart grows just a little bit more. It gets filled. And every time Cody loses, an angel gets their wings. I really wish that match ended in a double DQ. And what makes me happy for King of the Ring is that both the people in the match we know are going after John Cena. What's to stop John Cena from coming out there?
I did not expect it. It's a Wonderful Life reference. I did not expect an It's a Wonderful Life reference. My dog is named Zuzu after Zuzu's pedals from that movie.
What if John Cena comes out and he interferes in the match and it's a double disqualification and just we don't have to worry about someone facing it? Like that's that. I'm rooting for Randy. I dislike Cody that much. I'm rooting for Randy.
I think you should have to shoot free throws to even get into another match myself. By the way, how can you call it a jump shot and shoot a set shot from your chest from the 3-point line?
It was the worst thing I've ever seen in my life.
Wide world of
have you not seen Cena's as well? Have you not seen Cena's was bad?
Cena, no chance.
He absolutely airballed the first one to the point where it fell about 2 meters short of the rim, and then after that he just started hurling it like it's the most sporadic hook shot I've ever seen, just like launching it with one arm.
But was he doing that on purpose, like he did?
No, I think the first.
No, it was like
first one he messed. He was trying and he messed up bad. And then
Cody
after that, he thought, instead of making myself look stupid, I'm just.
Have you seen Dusty Rhodes playing basketball?
It's unbelievable. The
Oh,
guy
yeah,
could
yeah.
poop.
For a man his size, he was balling.
Oh, dude, he had a bag too. Did you see that little spin move he hits in the highlight?
Oh yeah.
And then finger roll down the lane? Like, dude, Dusty had a bag, man. At least that's what the kids call it.
I mean, at least he has gold dust. At least he has a son to be proud of.
Okay. That might be the line of the century. I will say we could probably trash Cody Rhodes the rest of the day. I know that. We all know that.
Wholeheartedly.
It's all in good fun. Love the guy
No,
to
it's not.
death.
I don't like him. I
Same.
don't like him at all.
I don't either.
I like him. I like Cody. No hard feelings from me. Let him
Yeah.
know.
I would love to play golf with him because that would be just a tough day for his wallet. Either way, that will bring us to the end of the show. Thank you so much for tuning in, and happy Tuesday, everybody. If you haven't already liked and subscribed, please do. Rewind to the middle of the show and check out all the other stuff I told you to follow. If you don't have plans for Tuesday evening, me, Shad, and Drizzy will be immediately following NXT tonight on Off the Air. Do check that out. You have plans now. Taco Tuesday. Pick up a few street talkies. Me, Shad, and Drizzy right after NXT. Nice little night. Nice little Tuesday in. Just saying. Just saying.
Margs, a few talks. Let's get it.
But at the end of the day, I hope you have a great Tuesday. On behalf of me, Clark, Jordy, Mr. in the Bank, Mickey's best pal, Aunt University, Aunt You, the man, the myth, the legend, all of us at WR. I hope you have a great rest of your day, and we will talk to you soon, I promise. Oh, yeah, wait a minute. When we do talk to you soon, that's going to be tomorrow. Same time, same place. That's, of course, at noon Pacific, 3 o'clock in the East, 8 o'clock in the UK, and, of course, 9 a.m. for my friends in Hawaii. Have a good one. Like I said before, we'll talk to you soon.